No big surprise here, huh? Blasio, the New York mayor. Interesting article on World Net Daily. I'll attach the link. You're not going to have to go look for it, but I definitely suggest you take the time to read it. And the title is New York Mayor's Secret Past Comes to Light. And you're not going to believe this, but Blasio, well, looks like he was a community organizer. And he is sort of intertwined with someone we haven't heard a whole lot about, but someone you're all familiar with. That's George Soros. Now, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I've talked about Acorn, and I said that they've morphed into different organizations because the name Acorn was tied to the Chosen One, because the Chosen One represented him when he was practicing law, probably illegally because he never should have had a license to begin with. But in either case, there's a couple of organizations. The New York Communities for Change is one of them. Another one is Action Now to End Wars and Stop Racism Coalition. Another one is Answer or MoveOn.org. These are all, I believe, offshoots of Acorn. And they all have the same purpose as Acorn. They do the Chosen One's bidding. They get out there to get people to go to the voting booth that shouldn't be going to the voting booth. And they manipulate the votes through various means. One of them is the absentee ballots, which I've explained clearly in a number of my previous videos. That's when the 2012 elections were hot and heavy. That explains how the Chosen One got 140% of the vote in the district in Colorado, or how he got 900 votes out of a Florida trailer park that had 7 registered voters, or how he got 100% of the votes in a number of states like Ohio. Not one vote was cast for Mitt Romney. You figure that one out. But anyway, yeah, read the article and you'll see how de Blasio was interwoven as being one of the community organizers. You know, another place that Obama's put a lot of these Acorn folks, yeah, he's placed them into financially well-paid positions. The navigators. The navigators! Yeah, they'll take you down that path to screw you into Obamacare. You know, I've done a whole lot of videos on Obamacare, and a couple recently. I hope you've taken the time to listen to them, to understand that even those people that get various plans like the Bronze Plan, that have most of the premiums subsidized illegally, since 37 states shouldn't be giving them any subsidies, well, they can't afford the copays, and they can't afford the deductibles. The copays are 40% on a Bronze Plan. So, if the doctor's bill's $1,000, you're going to pay the first $400. That's after you've paid your deductible. And what's your deductible? Well, for a single dude, it's or a female, it's $4,000. For a family, it's $10,000. That's the Bronze Plan. So how many people do you think that have the Bronze Plan can afford the copay or the deductible? If I told you 0, would that be a big number? Anyway, I don't want to get off of this. This is really about Blasio. Blasio. Yeah, read the article and you'll learn a little bit more about Blasio. The thing that I had a little problem with was the actual title, New York Mayor's Secret Past Comes to Light. What it should have said is part of New York Mayor's secret life comes to light, because there's a whole lot we still don't know.